Go, 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 let's get it. I'm a trapping fanatic, that shit automatic, so I cannot turn it on or off. Bitches all on my dick, then she hop on my dick, I'm like, why you keep hopping on and off? Your bitch all on my dick, she be doing the most, I tell her, little bitch, you so extra. And my gun up on me, but not run up on me, niggas, they wanna fight, they some wrestlers.
The two overwhelming forces stare at each other, with each team not knowing which one of them was truly stronger. This will be a match that decides it. Kira looks to Bachara, asking what they should do, with Bachara stating that those two are completely scary. If we let them build up any more chemistry, we have no chance of winning at all. I'll stop Rio, and you just work on Nagi. We need to stop him from even touching the ball. Kunigami joins in their conversation, asking Kira, how should we attack? Kira says they just need to follow his lead, and the game would reset and they send the ball to Kira, who would lead their attack. He spins past his first defender and then smiles. From his vision, he can already see both Nagi and Isagi making their move, with Zantetsu and Rio already on standby, waiting on either of them to steal the ball. That's too bad, because they won't get the chance against this. He lobs the ball over their heads into clear space for Chigiri to then run and get it. The red-haired striker shows off his top speed and ball handling skills, then sending it back to Bachara. The monster in my head is telling me to completely erase you. Bachara dribbles right through Rio and makes an opening pass to Kunigami. He then sends it right for him, but Raichi shouts out that it's too much power in it. No, you simpleton. Kira is then seen with his own eyes glowing. Thanks, Bachara. He scores with his direct shot, shouting that this match is far from over. Zantetsu tells Isagi that he'll get the next one, but all we see is the striker's thought process. 2 times in this match alone, I've tasted defeat to those wanting to become the best. But his dream, it's led him to this point, and it feels like it can't take him any further than he is right now. Isagi continues his own inner monologue, discovering what he truly wants, while Zantetsu takes the play into his own hands. He passes between another player and is then cornered by Raichi and Chigiri. Damn it, I can only get so far alone. Yo, Zantetsu, let me help you out. Zantetsu passes it back to Isagi and watches the ball roll towards him. Both Rio and Nagi press him to steal it. Out of my way. Your dream dies here, Isagi. Kira watches on, not knowing what to think of this, until in this moment, someone else awakens. Nagi and Rio are knocked to their asses, with Isagi breaking through them. What the hell was that strength? You said my dream would die here. No, I think this is just the very beginning. I'll become the best striker Japan has ever seen. Jinpachi Ego smiles from ear to ear, watching Isagi awaken and enter an early flow-like state. Bring it on, you ants. I'll crush you all below my feet. I want to evolve these eyes even further, so come. Isagi heads into the defense with Kunigami appearing. He rolls the ball out for a pass and then sees his leg reaching for it. Isagi's percentage goes up as he pulls the ball back, spinning around him. What the hell was that? As he spins, Kira appears saying there's nowhere for him to run, and he slides for the ball. Isagi flicks it, doing a rainbow, and jumps over the leg of Kira. Before the ball can even land, Isagi raises his head. To lose here is to forsake everything, including myself. But in the end, as a striker, I can only rely on my own goals. He volleys from outside the box with insane striking power and scores, leaving everyone in complete shock. My calculations are complete. Jinpachi Ego pushes away his chair and then stands. How impressive, Isagi. So that's what the real you looks like. Shocking. You resemble another striker from Italy I know so well. The precision zone is no more, as it has evolved to the pure realm of calculation. Astonishing. But something like this must be draining to you. Isagi wipes the sweat off his forehead and looks up once again. Not half bad. So with these eyes, I've become even stronger. We see the evolved precision zone to see the pattern, a much more in-depth crosshair. Zantetsu calls that last play crazy. How could he even pull something like that off so easily? And Isagi states that that goal was pure instinct, and that volley, well, it was stolen from Nagi, of course. He's combining everything he's witnessed in Blue Lock to create a new formula for success, one he'll call his own. Kira looks to him, with the players on Team Z, noting they have no chance at all of winning here. This is when the halftime break happens, and each team steps off the pitch. Isagi lays in the locker room with a towel over his face, noting his exhaustion. There's a slim chance he'll be able to use the precision zone like that again. So, looks like I'll have to wait for the right moment, as I'll only get one more shot like that. Man, this sucks. Right as I was getting the hang of it, we had to end the half. But that means those two don't have any momentum going either. Nagi and Rio are trying to come up with a plan, but Nagi knows that's their problem. They don't need to do that if they can just rely on their instincts while playing. It then clicks with Rio that Nagi isn't smart when it comes to football, and has always been just naturally gifted. So that means he just needs to support Nagi's own gifts. The two teams would step back onto the pitch, with Isagi pulling his hair back. Let's make sure we end this match now. Kira would start with the ball and passes to Bachira as the duo heads up alone. Both Rio and Nagi move into guarding each of them. This forces Bachira to send it down the wing on the opposite side as Zantetsu accelerates in the way and jumps up, heading the ball to Isagi. As it floats towards the striker, Kira would appear behind him. I won't let you get by. Is that so? Isagi doesn't even touch the ball, letting another nameless player get it. Not bad. Isagi then heads right towards the opposite side, with Kira chasing after him. What the hell was that? He didn't even go for it. And how come I didn't even see that other player? Isagi calls for the ball back, and he cuts in, receiving a pass. Kira notes that he's too far to block his shot, and Isagi swings his leg, with Nagi jumping in the way to block it. Isagi would turn his body, faking the shot and then going for another, but Rio would also appear doing the same, and Isagi is forced to spin, now going for a left-footed shot, but he knows he can change to an outside kick, allowing him to curve it towards the goal. This is when his percentage for success was low, and the shot was denied by Gagamaru. How annoying. The goalkeeper looks up, stating he's done letting him score. Don't piss me off. Isagi goes to the corner and sets up the kick himself, before Rio and Nagi could do anything about it. As they sit in the box, they prepare to steal Isagi's goal. But all they get to watch is him push his glasses further on his face. This attack, it's much more suited for you, don't you think? Isagi sends the ball outside the box, where Zantetsu is seen running from the half-field mark, and as it almost reaches the ball, he accelerates and kicks it, performing his first acceleration shot that breaks through the defense and goes right into the goal. He then celebrates this one-of-a-kind goal, with Isagi right next to him, even smiling. Who the hell said I'd be the only one to score? From this point on, the match is set in stone, with Team V's strikers overwhelming Team Z, and the final score being 6-1. Team V returns to their locker rooms, with Isagi sitting back with a towel over his face once again. He ended the game with more goals than Nagi, but his body felt like it couldn't even move anymore. An ability such as this has an immense physical and mental strain on his body. This was unlike anything else he's felt before, even from training. He looks down at his hands, clenching his fist, stating that with this power, he'll become the absolute best. And later on, Ego announces the training arc before the next selection, as some of the players on Team V seem aggravated by this and this revelation. But Isagi was ecstatic, as Isagi took these 10 days to train more seriously than ever, and he even did extra to help further evolve his true precision zone, which is what I'll be calling it. But it's still the realm of calculation. I just think the true precision zone sounds much better, so that's what I'll be calling it. Team V steps through the gates that lead them to a much bigger room in which more teams arrive with similar letters and ranks. Isagi puts it all together before Ego appears on the screen and explains what's going to happen now. As he finished, a player shot the ball into the air, and Isagi watched as he hit it with another ball. He was the first to enter the second selection, and Isagi went in behind him chasing after this unknown player. So, he must be one of the strongest in this place. If I can overcome him, then I'll grow even further. Isagi steps into a room where the timer and goal amount would appear. Isagi reacts as the ball comes out from the wall and he volleys it into the net. Easy enough. We then see Ego and Anri watching him as his assistant states that doesn't Ego think this will be too easy for him? Anri, you're so simple. Don't you think he knows that? Tell me, if you're so confident in doing something, haven't you ever tried to challenge yourself by making that once simple task difficult again? Her eyes would widen as she watches Isagi score the next goal with his left foot. I can still use both, but I'll have to work on my left to get it back up to strength. It's been a while, hasn't it? So this is the first test of the second selection. I'll evolve my weapon? No, I'll evolve myself into the perfect weapon to score. The next time we see Isagi, the sweat is dripping from his face as he would score his final goal. He steps through the dual doors that opened up, entering a room where Ren stood. So, you made it before me. I expected as much. I know you're stronger than me, but if you slow down for even a second, I'll overtake you. And I think you can sense that by that disgusted look upon your face. Whatever. You're not my goal, so don't think that I'll even take you as a threat. The two would wait on their final teammate, who turns out to be Tokimitsu, and now they head into another room and wait for another team to arrive. There's no telling how long this would take, so Isagi headed off to do weight training in one of the facility's rooms. He activates the true precision zone and begins stamina training as well to maximize this ability's performance. After a couple hours of training, 3 players would enter this room as well. Hey Isagi, I plan to take you down, here and now. Kira, Nagi, and Bachira all stood together, facing Isagi. Bring it on, you incompetent gems. The match is set for that afternoon, and we see Ren, starting with the ball. Kira and Nagi wonder what the strategy of this team was going to be, but Ren shocks them all by shooting from the kickoff and scoring. I'm not going to play this little game. I'll crush you all. Isagi calls him smart, but that won't work on this team twice, and Ren scoffs, telling him he knows that. But Isagi also ignores him. Kira shakes off this goal and starts it off by passing to Bachira, who dribbles ahead. That's right, I have Bachira and Nagi by my side. We'll just overwhelm them with our teamwork. Bachira does multiple stepovers, but is bodied off the ball by Isagi, who takes it and heads forward towards the goal. What the hell? He knocked Bachira down that easily? No, wait. Since when did he have so much muscle? Isagi goes to shoot only for Nagi to appear. So you thought it was going to be that easy? Kira states that his path is blocked, but Isagi performs an elastico into a chop, losing Nagi and shooting with his left foot, scoring the second goal of this match. Who the hell cares what you 3 think I can do? Teamwork? Well, that won't work here at all. Isagi walks back to his side of the pitch, with even Ren noting that they could be in the same realm of skill. Nagi would lead the next attack and goes right by Ren, leading him to Isagi. He decides to pass it off to Bachira, who sneaks around Tokimitsu and now crosses it to Kira. He's ready to perform his direct shot only to have Isagi and Ren block him from it. Ren states that the eyes of Kira can only see so much. Yeah, and your eyes can't see anything. Isagi takes the ball from Ren and heads off with the prodigy chasing after him. Ren and Isagi battle for the ball, with Ren trying to keep up with Isagi's quick and decisive footwork. Isagi pulls back, looking at Ren with a smile. His aura and ego flare up together, with Isagi accelerating right by him and aiming to shoot. Nagi appears to block the shot with Kira, only for the ball to be lifted and volleyed into the goal. Better luck next time, you simpletons. The game soon ends with Ren scoring the final goal, leaving the decision to Isagi as he truly doesn't care. Isagi chooses Bachira for his dribbling, as he wants to devour that skill as well. The team then heads off, as the four of them will enter an area and wait for their next challenge. Isagi during this time continues to train to perfect some of his skills, and surprisingly, Bachira joins his training sessions, allowing each of them to learn something. Bachira wants to improve his shooting accuracy, while Isagi wants to become a more skillful dribbler. It's something that he never thought to add to his game, because he's been able to shoot from many spots on the pitch. But after being in Blue Lock for all this time, he's realized that his options become limited quickly, so he needs to be able to create his own goals from scratch. A couple of days do pass, leading to Bachira and Isagi being approached by Kira, who claims he's come to steal his teammate back. Isagi looks at him with a smile. "I don't think you stand a chance at all." The match is then set in stone for the next day, as the teams we see on the pitch will be Team Red, Isagi, Ren, Bachira, and Tokimitsu, while Team White is Kira, Nagi, Baru, and Chigiri. Team Red starts with the ball, and Ren goes for his half-field shot, only to have it trapped by Nagi before it can go into the goal, causing Ren to scoff, while Nagi states, "That trick won't work on them anymore." Nagi heads forward and sends it to Chigiri as he runs down the ball, and he keeps going down the line. Tokimitsu was able to keep up with him, and he bodies the red-haired striker off the ball and passes it to Bachira. Kira stands across for him, but Bachira completely overwhelms him, getting by and heading to goal. Nagi appears, cutting him off, and he sends the ball right to Isagi, who stood smiling. If this is all your team has to offer, then there's no point to this match. Isagi swings his leg to shoot, but Baru appears, stating he's been waiting for this moment. Isagi raises his head, revealing the precision zone, and spins around Baru, who tries to keep up. Isagi then crosses back in the opposite direction, dropping Baru to the ground while crossing his ankles, before scoring the first goal of this match. Well then keep waiting, you impatient fool. Kira notes that even Isagi's dribbling has improved a lot since their last encounter. Sure, it's only been a couple of days, but to grow that much is just insane. The game resets, with Kira starting off with the ball. He heads forward, sending it to Nagi first, as the two of them perform back and forth passes to get through the midfield. Good. Now let's see if the king can still perform. He sends it to Baru, who was open on the wing. The pass got close, and it was stolen by Isagi, who looks back up. Why not? He then lobs the ball to Ren, who was already near the goal, and he curves it into the top corner while wiping his hair out of his face. This is boring. All of you are lukewarm. Kira tries to analyze the last play, remembering the words of Ren. You don't even know what those eyes of yours are truly capable of. This must be what he's talking about. Seeing more than just what's in front of you. Kira then realized that Isagi could see the entire field while playing, not just what was happening right in front of him. As Kira was having this awakening, Nagi would reset the game and goes to score alone. He gets by Ren with his trapping and does the same with Bachira. Then he passes to Chigiri, who crosses it back to Nagi, and as the ball comes in, Tokimitsu jumps with Nagi, only to be shocked with an impressive volley that earns them their first goal of this match. I don't plan on losing any more to you, Isagi. Nagi glares on, with Isagi noting he's gotten stronger as well. The game continues, with Isagi starting with the ball and looking to Ren. So, why don't we help each other out? Just this once. Ren refuses, and Isagi still passes him the ball. This allows the striker to run through Baru and then Chigiri. He continuously dribbles, showing off how much of a prodigy he truly was. Ren gets close to the goal and has Baru in his way once again. Right as the king came to press him, Ren performs a step over and had the ball stolen by Isagi. Thanks for doing the hard work for me. Ren is surprised and curses Isagi, heading right after him. The two dance around the ball, with Isagi leading the tango. The striker's eyes constantly change as the precision zone enters his true form. Isagi looks up at Rin, seeing only a 70% chance of him getting by, so he performs an in and out while making Rin and actually getting by. How annoying. Rin does a back heel to try and hit the ball, but Isagi flicks it up to dodge a slide of Kira. This is when he changed that air flick into a shot that earns him another goal. Rin hadn't felt this type of defeat in so long. It sort of infuriated him in a way, making his ego start to show as he wanted to completely destroy Isagi. Bachira sits back, calling him a monster, and Nagi says he's even stronger. Isagi calls them simple pawns that he'll use to become the best. Isagi and Rin battle throughout the rest of this match, earning them the win, and Kira is chosen to become with them, as this will be the final part of the selection. They enter a new room, with Jinpachi Ego appearing on the screen to them. Hey there, you lumps of talent. How do you feel about testing your luck out against these 5? After learning of their next opponents, the team composed of strikers train instead of making a strategy. Each one of them already relies on their own individual skill, so there's no point in becoming a team now. While training alone, Isagi is approached by Kira. What's that face for? Kira rushes in, trying to take the ball, and Isagi lifts it, only for Bachira to appear as well. Can't let you guys have all the fun without me. Isagi reacts in only a second, turning his body to avoid him as well. Now he stands tall, asking what they want. Kira states how their abilities have some similarities, and the only way for Kira to evolve is through him. Isagi lets out a smile, telling both of them to bring it on. Hours later, we see Isagi scoring another goal with his precision zone. Kira himself had fell to the ground, with Bachira already sitting down. It's pretty amazing, isn't he? After all this time, I still can't stop him or Rin. Kira tells Bachira to shut up, and he just realized something. The pieces of the puzzle start to form around Kira into a new weapon that he could have, evolving his spatial awareness even further. Kira stands up once more, telling Isagi one more time. Isagi looks at him and then passes the ball to him. Show me something extraordinary. We see the two rush towards each other, with us now skipping to the beginning of the World 5 match. The 5 national players stand at the ready, wondering what this team of high schoolers would be like. Rin and Isagi lead them onto the field, with Isagi stating today they won't need a lucky item. The 5 set up with Kira looking on with a smile. These guys should be strong, so we can't take them lightly. Rin stands up, looking at Isagi. Hey, these guys might be a little problem. Yeah, but they're all flies waiting to be swatted. I'm glad we think the same. Let's make sure they know it as well. Isagi runs ahead with the ball, with Kavassos chasing after him, attempting to stop him, but the ball is flicked over his head and then trapped. Loki looks on ahead, only to watch the pass be volleyed right to Rin. He stops the ball and goes right for his curved shot, earning them the first goal of this match. This instant goal shocks the players on both teams. Bachira and Kira watched on as these two players walked back unfazed by their skills. I can't believe you shot that. Why wouldn't I? Isagi laughs, calling Rin an idiot, knowing he had a 60% chance of scoring there, especially with Silva and Blake in the defense. In the next play of the game, Loki has it and dribbles ahead with his acceleration, getting by Rin and then Kira. He goes to shoot with Isagi appearing. Oh, that's good you can see this far ahead. Loki still scores with his chances only being lowered to 90% because of Isagi. Who knew my presence could have such a small effect on someone like that? So, that's the real world of football? Isagi has the ball and resets the game, continuing his thought. If it's like this, I want to become a part of it. Isagi then screams while running ahead with a smile. Loki says he's gone off the walls and goes in to stop him. Isagi does an in and out into a cross, followed by a spin that leads him to a chop. This combination of moves forced Loki to twist and turn his head completely, losing Isagi. Silva guards him next, telling him that the road ends here, and he tries to body Isagi off the ball, who just flicks it and runs around him, using his wider body to lose him. Kira watches on with amazement, having no idea Isagi could force his own goal like that. Isagi then swings his leg, only for Adam Blake to cut off his shot. "You're good, kid, but you're getting ahead of yourself." Isagi then smiles. "I was waiting on you." He shoots it right into the toe of Adam's cleat, allowing the ball to change direction naturally and throw off the keeper, leading to his own goal in this match, with Isagi claiming that thanks to Kira, his understanding of the precision zone has increased so much. This will be the last goal that they score before the World 5 team completely obliterates them. And as they exit the pitch, Adam Blake tells Isagi to meet him on the grand stage for their rematch, and Isagi nods, leaving the room, with Jinpachi Ego laying back in his chair, replaying their match and the final goal that was scored by Isagi. He rewatches each one of his moves and then sits in silence for a moment. Truly terrifying.